What's good, everybody? The streaming wars have definitely gotten very, very interesting and got really, really raising the competition. Amazon Prime and HBO Max are back together. So you can get you can get HBO Max on Amazon Prime. Now, some of y'all going, what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. Let's break it down. According to USA Today, it says HBO Max is now available again on Amazon Prime Video channels after year-long dispute. HBO Max and Amazon have made up, bringing a streaming service back to Amazon Prime Video channels. The deal announced Tuesday ends a dispute lasting more than a year since AT&T, which owned HBO Max at the time, pulled the service from Amazon channels. Amazon Prime Video channels lets Prime subscribers order and watch third-party video services within the Prime app on various streaming TV devices. At the time, HBO wanted a more direct relationship with with its customers and control of their feeds and data. But pulling the service cost the company about 5 million subscribers. Since then, AT&T has merged Warner Media and Discovery and created a new company. That new company reached a deal with Amazon so Prime customers can now sign up for HBO Max for $14.99 per month within Prime Video channels. Prime customers will also have access to the planned combined HBO Max Discovery offering due in 2023, the company said. So, what do we know here? Is that HBO Max was on Amazon Prime and Amazon channels because Amazon was allowing third-party video services within the Prime app. But the old management came in and was like, no, 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 no. We want to do it our way because we want to control the traffic. We want to control the money. We want to do all these things. And they pulled it off there. Well, we already saw how that ended up with the old management. And now they brought in new management. And the new management, unfortunately, has to clean up the old management shit because the old management lost money for the company. So now the new management is saying, like, okay, we've got to not only make money, but we have to try to make up and get back on good terms with all these relationships that the old management soured. So while we're doing that, hey, you know what? Let's go back to Amazon Prime because Amazon is a big company. They have a lot of customers. They have a lot of outlets. So let's get back up with them and let's put HBO Max on Amazon Prime and all the other outlets. Because right now we have to try to generate revenue and we have to generate money. Especially since they lost money on that whack Black Adam movie. But if you want to hear about that, check out my other video about that as well. But overall, I think this is a good deal because HBO Max needs to get themselves back on track. And what better way to get yourself back on track than by teaming up with one of the biggest companies and one of the biggest streaming services in the world, which is Amazon. So they're getting access to that fan base, which soon and hopefully will turn those customers that they getting access to with Amazon will go over to HBO Max. And not only HBO Max, but also to DC and all the other things they got going on. So this is all about business. And I think this is a good deal for now. But eventually, I can see that when Warner Brothers and HBO Max, when they get themselves on their feet, and once they get themselves in a better position, that they're going to pull HBO Max from there and go back to their own independent service. I can see that happening. It was the same thing with Disney when they was putting while they was trying to build and get their streaming service on track. They was licensing a lot of their content with Netflix when they had a lot of the Marvel content over there, the Punisher, Luke Cage, Daredevil. They had it all over there. And then once the streaming service got to a point where it can stand on its own, then they went back to Netflix and said, "Hey, you know what? We're pulling our content from over here. Thank you, and we're gonna put it on our own platform." And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And that's why I think that's happening right now because the company HBO Max and um, Warner Brothers and Discovery are going through this whole rebuilding phase. That they're saying, "Hey, let's license out some of our content to generate money, and then we can use those funds that we're generating to help build up the company and to help bring better content." Because at the time, let's just be honest, I used to watch HBO Max, but some of the content on there, some of the shows they had on there was not good at all. I think the only thing I was watching on there was Euphoria, and that was it. Because some of the other stuff I saw was just not that good to me. And I think what they're going to be doing too with HBO Max is that they're going to be going back. I think they're going to, in my opinion, they're going to go back to the old HBO. And if you guys know what I mean by the old HBO, they had so many great programs on there, documentaries, original series. You had The Sopranos, you had Boardwalk Empire, you had um, The Wire, you had Real Sex, you had the HBO Boxing, you had Oz, you had great documentaries. They had all this content on there that was good. And the thing about, and not only that, but HBO's content was in your face. They wasn't getting involved with the politics. They didn't care what people say. They was like, "Hey, we know what our fans want to see, and we're going to give it to them." And that's why HBO for years has always been that number one streaming service that people enjoy. And people always, whenever they got cable or streaming service, they already got HBO. But over the years, it has started to fall off under new management. So I can see now with this new management coming in that they're going to go back to the old HBO. That's just my opinion. And if they're going to do that, I can't wait for them to do that because HBO, their whole Warner Brothers definitely need a whole new makeover. But for the time being, for $14.99 a month and you getting access to all this content, I don't see it being a bad deal at all. And not only that, this is just part one of what Warner Brothers Discovery is doing with Amazon. So check out part two of this video.